your music is a product. This is a business. Anybody that's selling a product, right? The first thing, in order to make money, you have to have clients. As an artist, your clients are considered fans.
Real nigga radio.
One of the biggest obstacles artists face in the music game is access. Getting access to the people that can make it happen, or access to the information and resources you need to get to the next level. That's the key. That's why you need two of the biggest in the game on your side. Introducing J.R. McKee, Boomman. Welcome to the real industrial plug. You heard me?
We got B Rich in the building, man. We got Boomman. We got J.R. McKee. What is the key difference between quality? No, yeah, is that right? Quality of an artist and quantity of music they drop. So basically, like, what's the difference between quality of an artist versus the quantity that they drop? And I know B Rich, you said you already got the answer.
Repeat that question again.
So what's the key difference between the quality of an artist versus the quantity of music that they drop?
So basically the question is saying is like, if you're an artist, you don't have quality. Like some people just drop music to drop music.
Right.
I made it, I'm gonna put it out.
Yeah. And so if it's not good quality, it's just a lot of quantity bullshit. And it's like that shit can really just derail you and you just ain't got no fan base. But if you take the time to watch how you dress, watch how you do in the video, make sure you put in the right songs, getting in a focus group, playing the songs, letting people pick the best ones, and taking the time, that's putting out quality. If you just record a song last night, man, that shit jamming, put that shit on SoundCloud, put it out. That's you really
you hurting your brain.
Yeah, you're hurting your brain. Now, I tell you, somebody that did do that shit and it worked was YoungBoy. Like he just put out the shit and just whatever. He just caught some fans, but that shit don't usually happen.
I disagree with you. You feel me? I really feel like it depends on where you're at in your career. You know what I'm saying? If you starting from the bottom, put that shit out until something catch. You feel me? I feel like listen, if you putting out music and you don't have a following, guess what you're doing? You building a catalog. And by the time something does drop through repetition, people have something to go back to listen to. Gucci Mane is another one who dropped a lot of records. You know what I'm saying?
Dropped a lot. Quality records.
Quality.
Yeah. He ain't dropped no bullshit. I'm talking about
so when you say bullshit, right? This is the thing.
I'm
talking about unmixed, unmastered.
Oh, well,
yeah. That's what I'm talking about. So I believe in dropping music as well.
But see, this is the thing, right? Like once again, I agree with you, but I'm saying it's to a certain level to where artists got to work with what they got.
I mean, if you putting out some bullshit that's unmixed and mastered, it's harder for you to get on. That's what I'm saying.
Are you saying you got to start somewhere, or are you saying fuck it, drop it?
I'm saying you got to start. I'm saying you got to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not advising artists to not put energy, effort, time into their work. Yeah. But if I remember correctly, I remember Soulja Boy came out off his whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it wasn't mixed and mastered like that, but.
That shit still sounds good.
You gotta understand something. You gotta understand.
I just feel like you gotta put the music out.
I agree with that.
You gotta put the music
out, but if
you got a level where you got a fan base and you got a following, you obviously, to me, you want to put out the most quality records. But I think a lot of artists, and the reason why I speak because I used to be an artist, right? And artists, the number one thing artists do is get in their own way. They overthink and overanalyze everything. You feel me? And that's where a good team come into play and stuff like that, where they can be coachable. But I feel like until you get to a certain level, man, just put the music out. And it'll help you through repetition.
Okay.
It'll help you get better.
Okay, so you misunderstood me. I agree with putting out music. That's what we're doing with Lil Darius. We putting out something every 3 weeks. Video out. That shit. I believe in that 100%.
Yeah.
But make sure you take the time to make sure what you're presenting is right.
And I agree with you on that.
And see, this is what I'll say to you too, Boom. Like, because you mentioned NBA YoungBoy, you mentioned Soulja Boy. You got to understand, the music mattered to them. Yes, I'm not saying that their music didn't matter, but they're selling the lifestyle. You know what I mean? Right. When I first heard about NBA YoungBoy, he running from the cops. oh, he doing shows while he on probation and they looking for him. He got warrants. So it was a story that he was selling. And the same thing with Soulja Boy. Like I was in that era. I remember looking at like, God damn, the little kid cool. This little boy got a rubber band. He got the babes. So nigga, I got me some Bathing Apes. Never was that a dope song. But I was buying into him.
So let me ask you this, JR, and let me ask you this, B Rich. That's a good point that you made, right? How in these days and times, as young hip hop artists in the game, how much does music matter in the music industry right now?
So I will say this. If the goal is to make money and be a star, music is less than 10%.
Okay.
If the goal is to be a well-respected, well-loved musician, then music is, a much higher level. I still won't say it's like 90%. Like I would say it's 50%.
The reason why I asked that because I see so many artists. It ain't even about the music no more. It's about to me, it's about the buffoonery. You feel me? It's about the clickbait. It's about getting seen, getting noticed by any means necessary, and then put some music behind it.
That comes from the internet. That comes from social
Right.
media. Like the school I come from, the music that's being put out. A lot of us ain't fans of. We're fans of people's movements.
Right.
Yeah, we're fan of the person.
That man get a lot of people on his live. This man get it. Like that's what you're
Right.
a fan of. So really, a lot of the music is bullshit. And then when somebody really comes in with some good shit and has that as well, that's why they superstars.
Yeah. Right.
And this is what I teach like the students of the people in my community. You can put out a song and people love it and not give a fuck about you as an artist.
Right.
But if they love you as an artist, you can put out a bullshit song and they gonna say they like that song.
Yes.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
They gonna say they like that song.
The brand.
So you're going to be in a way better position getting them to buy into you than getting them to buy into your song. So like that's why I always tell artists right now, don't chase the hit. I put the music out consistently, make them fall in love with you.
So we all agree that we put the music out, but we want to make sure it's more quality, as best of quality as possible.
I'm serious about this shit. Like I want the Grammys. I want all of that stuff. So I'm not gonna work with an artist that I don't feel like is putting out quality music. You know what I'm saying? But that does not mean they can't be successful not putting out quality music. Because I tell you, and I know what you're gonna. I don't know what you're gonna say, but I don't think YoungBoy makes good music. You know what I'm saying? That's just me being honest. I don't think he does.
I think that's opinionated.
But that doesn't stop me from respecting him.
Right.
I respect the shit out of YoungBoy. Right. But I'm not listening. And I've tried.
But you want me to tell you what's crazy though? Like music to me is so subjective, and that's why I don't like speaking on people's art. Like it's hard for me to say somebody's trash. You get what?
I didn't say he was trash.
No. I'm not talking. I'm not talking about you. I'm just speaking in general. It's hard, when people say, "Oh, that's trash." Yeah. Oh, that's trash. It's hard for me to speak because that's like saying an artist.
Yeah. That's
some bullshit. That's his art. You feel where I'm coming from? So I might not prefer it. I might not like it, but I know it's somebody that probably do. You feel me?
Right. But again, I'm being honest. They may like the music, but they love him.
Of course.
They love him, which is why they like the music. It's not the other way around. I like the music, so I love him. No, nobody's saying that. They say I love him, so I like the music.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
My bad, Ravin. Did I miss the next one? Is in there?
It just dropped.
Oh, look at us on time. All right, so somebody in the audience wants to know how do artists get in rooms with people in power? So basically, how do they get in this room? Real industry plugs. What's the best way to approach them at a networking event? Let me start with this because I went to the Digilog event last night at the Spin Reel at the old department store, and I had a lot of different artists come up to me, and out of all of the artists, it was only one that I felt did it wrong, and I'm gonna tell you what he did. He came up to me, first words out of his mouth, "I'm the hottest artist. I'm the hottest artist. I got a hit. I swear to God, I got a hit." You know what I mean? Then his next question, "How we gonna make it a hit?" I said, "Well, how you gonna make it a hit? Because I ain't got nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? How are you gonna make it a hit?" Mm-hmm. But he was the only one that I felt like came wrong. And I still network with him because I'm not gonna shun him for that. but I still networked with him, chopped it up with him. But he was the only one I just felt the approach was all wrong because he came. I'm the hottest. I got a hit.
Right.
Whoop-de-whoop. This is, oh my God. Like, nah, that's like, bro, like, have a
crazy?
normal conversation.
You know what's crazy about that, man?
Yeah.
Like, I have artists coming up, man, bro, I'm trying to tell you, bro, you signed me, bro, we gonna make $1 million. And I'm like, and the first question I asked them, JR?
What's that?
How many million you got?
Right.
How you ain't got no millions gonna tell me you gonna make me $1 million?
Exactly.
It's like, bro, I don't be wanting to hear that buffoonery. You feel where I'm coming from? It's like, for me though, and I'm gonna be honest with you, and B Rich might have something to say about this. I feel like you have to go through the grind and just stay consistent. You know, people like to speak on my business practices. Yeah. Right. But see, they don't understand why I do what I do. Right. Mm-hmm. I used to be an independent artist. So what I did was I created this because I had nothing like this for me. So I'm the first label, like Soulja Boy, the first label that made it where people can call and actually set up a meeting and have a consultation to sit down in front of somebody like me to where you can really get your music heard. See, these industry people, they don't want to be bothered with you for real. Yeah. They just want to find you when you done popped. But there's not nobody doing artist development, nobody helping artists, and nobody telling them the real game and what they really need to do to grow as an independent artist. So I said, guess what? It's a void in that space. Right. Let me be the person in the company to create that, to help artists do that. Yes, I charge. It's that's way I know you're serious. If you put your money on something, a person is going to take you serious. But if all you doing is coming with your hand out instead of your chest out,
one thing,
I look at you like you a bum.
If you spend some money, you gonna value what you spending it on.
Come on.
Like, but one thing, artists, like when you come up, you know, all of us have heard, I'm the hottest, I got hits, I'm the best. All right, we don't want to hear that. Really, man, if you got a person's attention, put on a good show. Like, put on a good show, perform a good song. Right. I guarantee you do that.
And that's another importance of showcases.
Yeah, I'm saying, or like, you know, play them a good song. And we're gonna, if you playing a good song and you performing good, we're gonna come up to you and ask you what's up with you. But if you performing some whack shit and we're not feeling it, we probably not gonna come up to you.
Let me say this too. Obviously, man, the best way to get seen is by having, once again, going back to what they said, is a quality product. Right. And so this is what I teach a lot of artists, right? Your music is a product. This is a business. Anybody that's selling a product, right? The first thing, in order to make money, you have to have clients. As an artist, your clients are considered fans. If you don't have any fans, then, or that means you don't have no clients. That means you can't sell your product. But if we notice that you have clientele or you have fans, that's the easiest way for us to notice that you have something of value. Right. Dang, he has a fan base, whether it came from your music, your personality, your image, your likeness, whatever it came from, we know, hey, he has a fan base. So as business investors, because that's really what we are. And if we want to invest like in any business, to get an investor, they don't want to gamble their money. They want to invest their money in something that we know is going to make a return. Right. And so the easiest way for us to know that we're going to get a return for our money is by you having a fan base. So that's the easiest way to get in the rooms. It's like, okay, Holmes got a little fan base. He got a little motion. He got a little movement. You come to the club with 30 people, 50 people, 100 people. That's a hard thing to do. That means somebody bought into who you are and what you got. And then if they singing your songs word for word, then that means you have a really good product, an adult product. Because it's hard to get people to do that. And that's the way you get people attention like us and get in rooms like this.
And I would say this too. One of the big things for me, and I think this go across the board, is like, when people that I rock with vouch for you.
Exactly.
If I get a text from this person and from that person, they like, yo, you heard of them? Yo, you heard of them? That makes me pay attention. That like, so if you know people that know that person and they'll vouch for you and you can get them to reach out like, yo, can you reach out to so-and-so? That's a big thing. But then I will also say this when we talk about in person, like when we meet in person, and this is just a networking thing, period, across all businesses. It doesn't have to just be the music industry. There's two things you can do. Number one is find a mutual interest. Like, so if somebody came up to me last night, oh man, I'm from Cleveland too. Or, oh man, I think somebody was asking me about tactical training because I do the tactical training on the weekends. Oh man, I've been doing it. So finding that mutual connection, that gets the conversation started. And then another thing you can do outside of like finding mutual connections, because that always works well, is damn, I lost my train of thought. What was the second thing? I lost my train of thought. But the first thing is definitely find a mutual connection. That'll definitely get you in the door because now y'all have something to speak on. You know what I mean? And it was another thing, but I'll come back to it because it just slipped my mind.
Let me say this.
Go ahead, be
so
rich.
like for me, I have a thing on my Instagram. It's called Calendly. And like my time valuable. I'm focused on,
For sure.
on Lil Darius, Big Javi, you know what I got going on. So if you want some of my time, go to my Calendly and book a time slot.
Right.
And you know it costs, but that's my
Exactly.
time.
That's
and
his
I'm
time.
gonna give you, and when you set it up, I'm gonna give you my full divided attention. I'm gonna listen to what you want me to listen to. I'm gonna give you advice on what you need to give it, and when our time's up, it's up.
And you want me to tell you the crazy part, be rich, man? People keep they coming at me like I shouldn't charge or like you shouldn't charge.
I mean, your time is valuable.
You're right.
Bro.
But I'm gonna say
Time
this,
is money,
right?
people.
And this is the main thing, the main reason why I charge, right? Because I tell the artist this, right? By the time I get through investing my money blowing you up, are you finna do shit for free? Are you gonna charge for features? Or are you gonna do it for free? Are you gonna charge for shows? Yes, you're gonna charge.
And that's why when you get a manager and he don't charge you, like you got to look at it like he's investing time into you, working for you.
Right.
That's his time. He's not getting paid off you in the beginning. You're not making any money off the beginning.
Yeah.
So if you putting all that time and effort in there, that's free time that he's putting in. If he's choosing to work with you, he could have worked with something else to make some bread.
Exactly.
That's a lot.
One of the worst.
And the other thing is, hey, if y'all want me to do some stuff for free, stop talking about in your songs you running off on plugs. If I hear that, I'm charging you more.
No, let me say this. One of the worst things that I hate to see with management, because I've had artists ask me this question before. This manager done worked for you X amount of years for free. Now that you making money and you get a booking and say, oh, well, he didn't book it, so why am I paying him? This man done worked 2 straight years for free.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
And that happens
now because he ain't,
over and over
bro,
again.
I hate to see that. Your manager works for free. Once the money start coming in, just because he ain't the person that booked the show or he ain't the person that set up the interview or set up the feature, yes, he should get paid. You have to pay him for every piece of income because for that last 2 years, you paid him nothing. And everything he did, he didn't say, hey, man, I got you that feature. And I know it's just a look and it didn't pay. He didn't say, but I'm going to need some money from you for setting that up. Did he say that? No, he did it for free and he worked for you. He worked for your benefit. So now that the benefits have came in, don't try to cut him out because he ain't the one to set the feature up. That'd be the worst thing artists do. I hate when I see that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, well y'all had that happen to us. Shit, I just went through that for the past year. I ain't gonna say no names.
Not me. That's why they mad at me.
In the beginning, some shit that happened.
But
I always got mine up front. I know better.
That's why I stopped being management though, because like that's the worst position because as soon as they can find the exit, they gonna hit it on you. They hitting the exit. So I don't do the management shit no more. Okay, now this one gonna be good.
The thing is, they telling you what they gonna do in all their records. All you gotta do is
run
listen.
off on a plug. Run off on a plug.
You know, I slimed him out. They finna fuck you, bitch.
Oh my
they
God.
telling you everything they trying to do. They put it in their music. All you gotta do is pay attention. I listen well.
For sure. You're right.
But yeah, y'all want to if y'all want to connect with the right people, man, all y'all got to do is just come at them the right way, man. Come at them with some sort of mutual connection, respectfully. This is a person, so the same way you would talk to anybody else, talk to them like that.